Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Now, back in the summer in August, I did a tongue-in-cheek video of Hornby's Christmas special, where the 2023 Christmas wagon was released by Hornby. They usually release them in the summer months, which I always find quite strange. And as I say, I did a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek video back then, yeah, with Christmas music on, saying Christmas comes early to Hornby. But at the time, I did say I wanted to do a proper review on Christmas wagons. So I indeed do have a full set of the Christmas wagons. They started in 2005 with this one here, down the bottom, sorry, and running all the way through, and I've got them right through to 2023. So I thought what I'd do is just talk through a few of the differences between the quality over the years, and the fact that they're still hand painted. I mean, it's quite obvious when you compare two wagons from the same year. They're very different, so they are all quite unique. But I'll talk through the quality that's changed over the years, and then we'll talk about which ones are I believe are the rarer ones, the ones that are quite difficult to get hold of, and then just a quick talk about what kind of prices you should expect to pay if you wanted to create a collection. I've seen some crazy prices online. There's one wagon for sale at the moment for £500. Who on earth would pay £500 for a wagon? They just won't. I'm sure that nobody will. But yeah, we'll talk through a few of the prices, talk through a few of the rarities, and then quite simply, I just want to run them. I want to create a festive train. I need to select a train to pull the wagons around. I'm thinking probably I'm going to run with the Nigel Gresley that I reviewed right at the beginning of the year, that had some blemishes on the tender. Give it a little bit of a break and show its performance in pulling all of these wagons. And yeah, just create a festive train on the layout. So let's take a few of these over to the bench and let's have a talk around them. Right, so the first Christmas wagon was in 2005. And as I understand it, these were, as they called, concessions wagons. So, I mean, I'm sure somebody will confirm or correct me if this story is incorrect, but these were sent by Hornby to their model shops and the people that sold the Hornby stock as sort of a Christmas gift. There maybe 2 or 3 of these would be sent into the shop. These weren't on sale, as far as I'm aware, and they definitely weren't in the catalogue. So these are definitely ex-catalogue. Now, one thing, if you are buying these, make sure you've got a box with them, and make sure the box ties in with the wagon that's supposed to be in it. There's a lot of these that have been reboxed over the years, particularly the 2005, and they don't come with the original boxes, so do keep an eye out for that. Now I'm just going to slide this one out, card, and hopefully it will come through. Now obviously this is probably one of the rarer ones of the Christmas wagons. Now these do command a premium. There is one actually for sale at the moment for £500, which is just insane. It's ridiculous. Nobody in their right mind will ever pay anything like that. So I would suggest maybe a wagon, 2005 wagon, anything between £70 to £100, depending on the time of year. You're not going to get one for much less than about £70, unfortunately. They are quite rare and they are quite collectible. They don't come up for sale a lot. Having said that, this month, with it being December, these do seem to pop up suddenly on eBay, and there are 4 or 5 for sale at the moment. But as I say, 2 or 3 of those are £300, £400, £500. So they're just, they're not real purchases, are they? So yeah, the realistic ones, there's a couple of these for around, between £70 and £100. So I'm just going to pop that down there and move on to what I believe is probably, apart from the 2005, the rarest, which, funnily enough, is the 2006. Now, I very rarely see these come up for sale at all. I don't know why. They just don't seem to come up for sale. 2006 seems to be almost as rare as the 2005. So I'm sure somebody will fill in the details there. But obviously, if I put these two next to each other, you can now see the difference. With the 2005, it says on there, Hornby Concessions. And then from 2006 onwards, it says Merry Christmas. Now again, the 2006 catalogue doesn't feature the wagon in there. It's still ex-catalogue. I think probably these hadn't caught on by then, so that's why this one remains quite a rarity, I believe. And indeed, I very rarely see them come up for sale. Now, rather annoyingly, I've just noticed that my 2006 wagon is damaged. I hadn't noticed that before, but yeah, I'll have to get a little bit of paint and touch that in. But that's a shame. That's a shame. But these things happen. Obviously, one of these that I did pick up, and yeah, you can't see it through the box when it's in there, and yeah, I didn't notice. But never mind. Okay, 2007. So this wagon here for some unknown reason, seems to be one of the most common that comes up for sale. Quite regularly I see these on eBay. Probably expect to pay, I don't know, let's say 40 to 60 pounds for a 2007 wagon, maybe 70. They are, you know, still quite rather collectible, but you know, again, you can still see that I'm just going to hold it up against the 2005 here. If you just look at the way the presents are painted, still really nicely done on these earlier wagons. Real quality artwork on them. Okay, and then 2008. Interestingly, you see here Model Zone. I know the business is still going, owned by W.H. Smith, but yeah, the Model Zone was a high street shop in the UK. I quite enjoyed going in there, and sadly collapsed in a blaze of glory. I do believe they actually bought up a lot of the Beatties shops when Beatties went under. So yeah, a bit of legacy there. Right, 2008 wagon. So from 2008 onwards, the wagons are fairly readily available. They're not too uncommon, and I mean, you'd look to pay maybe 40 to 60 pounds all the way through. You know, the latter ones probably a little bit cheaper, but yeah, these do come up for sale quite regularly, and you can pick them up. Right, and on to the more recent wagons. Now, I believe in the introduction I was actually holding up a blue wagon, which would be the 22 wagon, whilst talking about the 23, so apologies for that. Yeah, it's one of those things, I just happened to pick up the wrong box. But rather annoyingly, all I'm going to say about this, rather annoyingly, Hornby changed the box size. Now, I do prefer these boxes. I think these are much better packaging, but it really upset my shelf, because I've got a shelf with these sitting on them, and the shelf obviously was set to the height of the box, and then with these slightly taller boxes I've had to reshuffle all the shelves to get these newer boxes on there. Right, let me just pull this one open gently. And as I say, I do like this new packaging. I mean, a lot of the Locos come like this now. You get it in this sort of blister pack, and open it up and it's presented to you. Rather nice. Now, from about 2020 onwards, the wagons have now got a gloss finish. If I just pick up one of these, I'll do 2007. You can see the paint on here is a matte finish, and you can see this is now in gloss. So about 2020 onwards, they came in a gloss finish. Now, if I just show you the artwork on the presents, this is comparing to 2007. If we look at, for example, this present here with the stripes on, look at how it's done on the more recent one. You know, the detail and the qualities, you know, has slid a little bit. But as a whole, I mean, if you look at them from a distance, I mean, the collective, everything that's going on in there, your eye doesn't go to the single presents. Only if you, you know, really focus in on the areas. For example, again, look at the red present on top. You see the little detailing on there, and then it's just a few dabs of paint on top of that one. So yeah, things have changed a little bit, but the important thing to note is Hornby, you know, they've obviously had to streamline the production process, but they have kept the price point of these. These are still, you know, these are £20 wagons, and I think they're quite good value for £20, you know, when you consider some of the other wagons now are £30–40. They're managing to keep these at 20. And the truck itself obviously is from the 1960s, and I mean, this moulding's been doing the rounds now for the best part of 25 years, so I mean, they're getting good value out of the tooling. And of course, these are becoming increasingly popular. They come out in August, and I mean, Hornby must be selling thousands. Well, the big decision is what Loco do I pull the Christmas train with, and much as I'd like to use a little Santa's Express Loco, it's never going to pull all those coaches. So this is the Nigel Gresley that I reviewed earlier in the year. It was a video that one of my earlier videos, one of the first videos I did, where I put Underwhelmed and Overwhelmed was the title, and I had mixed feelings about it. Basically, the Loco itself I felt was so well executed. It was a beautiful runner, and absolutely fantastic in terms of its detailing, but had some blemishes on it. There were some moulding marks on the tender, and the paint marks across the top of the Loco didn't match up. So I was a little bit disappointed in the quality control at Hornby, and I made a video about it. And yeah, it's been one of my you know, one of my biggest videos, unfortunately, because it was, you know, it did have a little bit of a negative tint to it, and I didn't, you know, I don't like doing videos with negativity. So to redeem the loco, I thought what we'd do is let this head the Christmas train, because it sure should have the weight and the power to pull all those wagons. So as you see, nicely presented, and you open it up, and just to recap what I saw before, if I lift this up to the camera, if you look at the painting on the boiler, can you see where the lines don't meet? And on the side of the tender, there's basically marks down either side of the tender where it's just rough plastic down the side. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. Let's get this on the track, because it's a lovely weighted loco, and it was certainly a lovely runner. And yeah, let's get this pulling the Christmas train. Just going to go past very slowly to start with. Nigel Gresley, the Hornby 00 release of this year. And we got the 2005 wagon, 2006, 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 and 2023.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy
Well, I've really enjoyed making this video. Fantastic to see all the Christmas wagons. It's the first time I've run them all together in one train, and they do look really good going around on the layout. And the Gresley, okay, it's got a couple of paint blemishes on there, but the mechanism on it is superb piece of engineering. Absolutely wonderful, and with its die-cast body, nice weighty loco, nice powerful loco, and hasn't skipped a beat when pulling all these wagons around the layout. I did try it with the Santa's special little 040 loco, just sat there with the wheels spinning, so it just goes to show that these bigger locos and heavier locos do have a lot of power in there. And it also looked good with the obviously the flickering firebox as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. I am planning to do one more video before Christmas if I manage to get the video finished, just on some green light collectibles with a Christmas theme. Yeah, hopefully I'll get that up before Christmas. If you do like this kind of thing, do have a look at some of the other videos on the channel. There's all kinds of things on there that, you know, things that interest me, but a lot of model making, a lot of train stuff on there. And if you can subscribe, you'd be doing me a massive favour. And with that, we'll leave it there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.